Hey guys, this is me, your girl Chris. This is episode 140 of Shenanigans with Friends. So excited to be here. As you know, which is perfectly fine because that's how we roll. So before I get into this episode, I just want to I don't want you guys to think that I'm not gonna say anything about it. Okay, girl, Rihanna, we know you're pregnant. I feel like I already knew. I don't know why you guys are going so cuckoo bananas over this. Um, think about it. No music, really just like at the house taking pictures in lingerie. Like she was clearly pregnant or definitely in the process of about to be. Also, I don't know where y'all getting this shit about. I know I came in real hot, y'all, but I don't know what y'all getting. Where y'all getting this message that ASAP Rocky's ugly? He definitely not ugly. Asshole, maybe not like my favorite rapper, definitely, but like not. And I wouldn't say that he's an ugly guy. The baby's gonna be beautiful. I'll be waiting for my invitation, and that's it. Cause I know everybody else is gonna spend half of their fucking show talking about this. I'm not. So with that being said, congratulations to Riri and local man ASAP Rocky. I don't know if you guys saw that Forbes fucking article, but that shit was insanity. Like he has a career, y'all. Anyway, let's get into this episode. Nothing really to catch up with as far as me right now, So we'll just get into it. Okay, so here's Rihanna news, right? And then right underneath it, touching it, right, is this other thing that's happening. And everybody is going fucking also cuckoo bananas about it. And I want to talk to you guys about it. Little Debbie. Ice cream. Wow. First of all, there's some of these I'm going to have a real problem with as far as flavor wise. And I'm going to tell you guys why. Secondly, I realized that I don't know if it's just the Black community. Maybe it's just the world in general, and I'm just not a part of this. But you guys have Lil Debbie has a really strong hold on y'all. I don't really care for most of this shit. Those fucking Swiss rolls or those fucking strawberry shortcake rolls. Ugh. The cosmic brownies, I definitely. I feel like at this point in my life, I have to be high to want that. But I'm not. I don't know. I'm still real iffy about those. They were never really my favorite. Honey buns all day, right? Nutty bars, not so much. Omo cream pies, gotta be in the mood for it. I mean, zebra cakes, disgusting. So I'm not really interested in most of these. And the only one that I am interested in is the honey bun one, except for the fact that it's ice cream, right? And I like my honey buns warm, so I don't really know how I'm gonna like a cold, not just a cold, room temperature at the store honey bun. This is a frozen honey bun taste that you're getting. I don't really know how that's gonna work. I always just wonder when we get too not fancy with ice cream, because people do a lot of different kinds of stuff with ice cream. But when we try to get super on the point tasting exactly like something else that's not ice cream, I feel like we might fuck around and mess with the flavors. Either way, like I said, Lil Debbie has a stronger hold on you guys than it does on me. But today is February 1st. And this is the first day that they'll be in stores. They'll only be at Walmart because, of course, Walmart. And yeah. So that. Okay. They're gonna be $250, so don't go grab all of them. And I'm just trying to think, that cosmic brownie one is just really, I don't know. I just can't really recall because I remember getting them, having them, people giving them to me at school or at people's houses, but I really don't think I like it. So not really looking forward to any of these. Will I try one just to be on video with Tamara? Maybe. But I'm not really 100% sure here. So that's that. I know I really want to get those two big news stories really out of the way. So there's that. Okay, so 200 frozen bodies, right? Speaking of things in the freezer, there is a lab in Scottsdale, Arizona that is currently housing about 200 bodies and frozen heads. I don't know if you guys remember, but well, not you guys. Maybe, I just guess it depends on who's listening, but back in the 1970s, Cryonics just came out of fucking nowhere, and people were like, oh, we're gonna freeze bodies and we're gonna fucking save lives, right? And we're gonna freeze them and like their optimal or fucking health or whatever at that time to maybe be defrosted so that they can meet their great grandchildren, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know what the original purpose of this was. It just sounds scary. But there is a lab called Alcor that the reason why they're getting some attention now, and they've been around for a while. The people that actually run it have been into cryogenics, and they met at a cryogenics like convention, like in 1972. So these people have been working on this and around for a long time. Also, want to point out that they've been working on this since 1972, and I don't know that they've gotten any like better at this. Anyway, so the reason why this comes up now is because there is a little girl that her parents, I believe they're from Pakistan. Not Pakistan at all. I know it was an and at the end, but it's definitely not Pakistan, guys. Sorry. Definitely from Thailand. Not even the same kind of person. Okay, so she had brain cancer. She died in 2015, right before her 3rd birthday. And this is after going through surgeries and rounds and rounds and rounds of radiation, rounds and rounds and rounds of chemo. But she was just unable to beat it. Like, and I get it. It's a little kid's body. It's a lot of shit happening, right? So this is the part that I'm like confused on like how like this shit works, right? So she died right before her 3rd birthday in 2015. And then the family okay, let me tell you guys what happened. So basically the dad was like trying to convince the family the entire time, like, yo, we got to freeze the little girl so we can bring her back so that the cancer doesn't take over her body or whatever the fuck. So I'm assuming that he got in touch with Alcor, and Alcor flew out. This is what I'm got from what I've read, flew out to her body so that they could slowly like lower her body temperature so she died. So I don't really know that she really died from brain cancer, you guys, or she was like on the way to die from brain cancer and instead they like froze her body. But the question I have here is like, what happened? So like, okay, so you're trying to preserve somebody's body and it's being ate away by fucking cancer cells or whatever the fuck, right? But like, what is the purpose? Are you freezing to like take that shit out and stop it from I don't understand the purpose of it if we unthaw her and she's still gonna have brain cancer. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really understand. But basically the process of preserving these bodies, like I said, they slowly lower their temperature and they store them literally like how you see them on cartoons and fucking sci-fi shows and shit like that. Literally just in like a vat of fucking liquid nitrogen at like negative 196 Celsius, which I don't even know what that is Fahrenheit. I don't have time. But that's basically what they do. And they also do something with the blood, like they replace it with like a cryoprotectant solution that stops from ice crystal formation. So I guess that's probably important. Like you don't want like the like freezer burns. I don't know. I don't understand. But so that's what they did to the girl's body. Alcor went and got it, lowered her body temperature until she died. That's why I don't understand why they're saying she died of brain cancer when she really died because somebody went and fucking froze her to death. Okay, so and they took her body back to Arizona. That's where her body is now. I'm pretty sure like this shit costs a lot of money. I want to say I saw a number earlier. Now I don't know where it's at. Doo-doo. Oh, okay, here we go. So Alcor will freeze. Okay, before I get into that. So how do you even determine like if you want the whole body or the head? And then let's say that they are able to successfully freeze my head. What are they putting it on? Do I get to choose? Is it like somebody else's body? Is it like a robot? Is it an ostrich? I have so many questions because they don't even know what's going to happen by the time they're ready to unthaw these. But price wise, right? Alcor will freeze a whole body for you around $200,000. And I don't think that it matters the size of the body. So knock yourselves out. Or if you just want the head and the brain, they'll do that for $80,000. I mean, I guess that's like not a lot of money when you're thinking about what'll happen when you defrost. But that's the thing is they don't really know. They don't really know what happens when you defrost somebody. Because think about it. They've been doing this shit since 1972. They could have definitely frozen and unfrozen and unthawed someone out by now, right? To determine if or not, like if they were fucking if that shit worked or not, right? They haven't done it. I don't know. Um, so the family is, super excited about this. I don't know when they're. See, here's the thing. How old are her fucking parents? So, like, how long are we going to freeze this little girl? And what are we freezing her for if she had brain cancer? That's the part that I just cannot understand. Because unless you're like doing some kind of surgical shit while she's frozen to like completely remove it and you can like test to make sure it's not there no more, all while she's frozen. If not, I don't really know what kind of quality of life she's going to be unthawed to. Plus, are her parents going to be there? Like, is it just for like 5 years? Like, I don't know. But anyway, and that's another thing. Like, is it 200,000? Like, even if I just want to freeze myself for like through the rest of this year because I don't really want to deal with it, and I'll just come back in 2023. Like, is it still 200,000 or do I get a discount? That's a great question. Anyway, so people who believe in cryonics basically believe that death is not like when your heart stops, but it's basically the process of deterioration, which is why they think that this can work. Obviously, it's happened since 1972. Nobody's really been able to like have super breakthroughs on this. So people mostly just call it bullshit. So I don't know. But that's the reason it's come up in the news lately, because of this 3-year-old girl that people are just finding out about. I'd like to know the other people, other 199 heads and bodies that are in there. I'm sure they're interesting stories. I'm sure a lot of them, one of them is going to unthaw to be a supervillain. That's fucking for sure. So I don't know. I guess we'll stay tuned to find out when like their electricity goes out or something, and now all these motherfuckers unfreeze at the same time. I don't know, my niggas. Okay, so speaking of body parts, right? Love my segues. So there was a 25-year-old man found stumbling in the streets carrying his own severed arm in Maryland. Maryland. That feels right to me, you guys. I think it was Maryland. Somewhere. But here's the thing. People are speculating that it was a possible workplace accident, saying that he probably more than likely chopped off his arm, and it was chopped off at like shoulder length, guys, with a bandsaw. And I don't really know what a bandsaw looks like. I literally only thought there was like 2 saws. Like, well, no. I thought there was like 3 saws. I thought it was the one that was a circle. I thought it was the one that like with the one handle, and then I thought it was the other one when like 2 niggas are trying to chop down a tree. Other than that, I didn't know there was any other saws. Maybe I did. I don't know. But when I think of saw, I think about the 2-man saw or the 1 saw, or like the fucking supervillain put your head on the fucking board like saw. Anyway, so but like they don't really give any like a lot of details about like where this nigga worked or like what the fuck happened, because like it's one thing, like, well, it's not one thing, I shouldn't say that. It's not like, so like you cut your finger off, like, okay, boom, like your finger's cut off, like, okay. And then like you can even, I feel like you can even like get like, you can cut your hand off and be like, okay, like my hand's cut off. But like with like, how the fuck does it just cut off at the fucking shoulder? So a whole ass arm. I'm sure he was in such shock that he literally just clocked out and just walked out, like, because like he was literally just like wandering the streets. So that's what I imagine. I imagine it happened, and then he like, and it fell on the table or whatever, and he was like, fuck, like, and because like when shit happens to you, like sometimes you don't like automatically be like, ah, you know what I'm saying? So like it falls off, he's like, fuck. And he's like, I gotta go. Like, and he like gets his fucking shit out, clocks out for the day, gets his lunch out the refrigerator, and just like walks out with his fucking arm. And like the fucking police just, or no, another group of like working guys like outside or whatever. And I don't think they have anything to do with the company that he works for. And again, we don't know what company he works for, but they found him and basically like made him a bootleg tourniquet so he didn't fucking die. They called the cops came, and he's alive. I don't know the status of his arm. The article definitely didn't say they were going to be able to put it back. But if it's a clean cut, like you could totally like Nightmare Before Christmas it and just like, anyway, I don't know. I don't know. So, but like, luckily that like outside crew saw him, or that nigga would have definitely just been hella bleeding out on the side of the road. Like, just like, but like, how many people did he walk past to get out of the front door to be walking down the street? Like, how many people were like, you know how like when something happens at work and you're like trying to pretend like you're still working, but you're also kind of like not working. And so like, how many people like gave like that like quick like, you know what I'm saying? Like that quick like head turn, like what the fuck? Like, and then just like went back. But yeah, that's crazy. So I don't know if we're gonna get any more information, like to find out if like he was like under the influence or like if someone held his arm under there, like because that just sounds like insane. Like again, a finger, even like a severed hand at the wrist makes sense, but like a fucking arm at the severed at the shoulder sounds like that nigga tried to do that actually, like he wanted to do that, or somebody held him under there. Like, I don't know, but I guess we'll find out. Just, you know, interesting shit here. So, all right, let's move on. Speaking of workplace incidents, you guys might be mad at me about this, but I'm going to go ahead and get it out. So there is a TikTok, everybody's favorite fucking app, the app I just refuse to download. Like, I don't know what I think is going to happen to me if I download TikTok, but like, I'm just not, I still feel very strongly that I'm not going to download it. Okay. Like, am I watching TikTok videos very often from like articles I'm reading or stuff that people send me? Absolutely. I just don't know that I want to commit. You know, you guys know how long it took me to fucking sign up for Reddit? Like, I've been looking at Reddit shit like my whole life, and I literally signed up literally like at the end of last year. Like, what the? So it's, if I ever succumb to TikTok, it'll be a very long time from now. Okay, here we are though. TikTok, a girl and her friend. So let me back up. The original video that she shows us or that she posts on TikTok doesn't really say that she's out with a friend. It says that she went to a taco place and they got her order wrong and the lady wasn't wearing a mask. And so she asked for her money back and the lady they basically were like, no, I guess. And so then they threw hot salsa in her face. So the video, she's holding the camera up like this, and she's got like visible like blotches. Like I don't know. I've never had like salsa spill on me, and like it burns me, so I'm not really sure. But she has like visible blotches on her face. And okay, so initially you're like, oh, that's fucked up. Like what the fuck happened? But here's my thing. And then I'm going to tell you the second story that she told. So if you walk into a taco truck and they're not wearing a mask and you have a problem with that, like most people will have a problem with that. But if you have a problem with it, then you shouldn't have ordered food. So telling me that her mask was off is irrelevant because you still placed your order. She didn't have her mask on while she was taking your order and then threw that shit in the trash when she put her gloves on. Like that's not what happened. So miss me with that. Okay, cool. So we're throwing out the mask comment because you still proceeded to order something. Boom, fine. So you order something and it's not right. I can't really fathom, and I've been to like some ghetto places. I can't really fathom where you're getting your shit wrong and they don't fix it or at least give you your money so to get the fuck out, right? She's saying that neither one of these things happened at this taco truck. Then in another video, she goes and says that she was with her friend at the taco shop. So now I'm concerned because that video that she took, she was the only one holding the camera. And if your friend felt wronged or if your friend was even there, something tells me they're the ones going to be holding your camera while you explain the story, or they're recording it from their own shit. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking into this way too deep. But so now it was her friend's food and she walked up to see what the commotion was. Her friend ordered tacos and rice. They gave her tacos and fries. So then this incident happened where the girl asked for her money back. And again, this sounds real stupid. Like, because if I don't have fries, am I going to die? Like, did I really just come here for the tacos? But anyway, whatever, regardless. So, and then the girl walks over to help her friend. And then she gets the hot salsa sprayed on her. Then, now, the full story, right, is that she went over there. And again, I still can't confirm or deny whether the second person was ever with her. But She went over there. Apparently, the order was wrong for whatever reason. So, however it was wrong, it doesn't matter. And she asked for her money back. And again, I just can't fathom a conversation where like you're saying, "Hey, I don't want the food. I would just like my money back," and you're saying it. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't see where they just wouldn't have done that. So I don't believe that you went up there civil or whatever the case. But then here is where we find out, to me personally, why I know that they threw that salsa on her. She fucking went up there and basically put her hand, like went to grab the tips out of the tip jar. And then that's why she got fucking squirted with hot sauce. And again, I get that. As a motherfucker that works for tips, like, and I work in an industry where tips, like my like what I make, like just going, you know what I'm saying, being at the arena is like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like the tips are what like actually give me a fucking whole paycheck. So I understand that, right? And so, and it might just be just from living in Vegas, and that it's weird. I shouldn't say that because there's some people that are still out here and have been out here and like refuse to tip. So it's very strange. Like this is just the kind of city that we're in. So I just understand tipping like a lot more, right? Or I should say it hits home a lot more. There you go. I shouldn't say I understand it more because that's implying that y'all don't understand tipping wherever y'all from, and that's not the case. So like it hits home more with me, right? So again, I can't really fathom a situation where somebody goes up and is being respectful and saying, hey, or not even respectful, just being like not an asshole and just being like, hey, this isn't really what I ordered. I just want my money back. I don't have time to wait for new food or whatever the case is, right? And I can't fathom a situation where that happens cordially, and niggas are not giving your money back. That literally doesn't make sense. And the fact that I don't really know how many people were there, whose food it was, what was wrong with it. It's all very fishy to me. And this just goes, I just want to go back to say, I definitely would have squirted her with the salsa. But really more so like you niggas really just get on the internet to just lie. Like there, it's just in no fucking timeline or universe can I fathom a honest mistake in an order and someone not fixing it and or giving you your money back. Like I've had orders fixed and I got my money back. Like, and I didn't have to, and I wasn't being an asshole, and I walked out without salsa on my face. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't really understand what happened here, except that I think that girl was lying. So stop going on TikTok and the internet and shit and just lying about stuff, or should I say, fabricating the story so that you're the person that looks the best, even though you were the person completely in the wrong. So, whatever, girl, get you some fucking. I don't even know. I don't know what to tell you about your salsa in your face, but you really got to keep your hands off of people's fucking tips, is what that really boils down to. And where I work, we can't have them out, so that's not ever a situation that would happen. Yeah. So anyway, if you guys want to go to that taco shop, I'm just kidding. I mean, y'all can know. It's called Aguilar's Tacos, and it's in Koreatown in Los Angeles. So if you guys want to go there and act right and get y'all food, then I guess y'all can go there. So, I don't know if I should have plugged them at the end, but like, whatever. Okay. So let me see. Hold on. Let me think of my segue. One moment. Okay. So, no, I don't really think I have one. Oh, so thinking of spicy situations? I don't really know. I don't think this is going to be a good segue. So I'm just going to get into it, guys. Okay, cool. So, a man was found dead in his Maryland home, surrounded by over 100 snakes. I want to say that the police said that they bagged and tagged, and I don't know how do you bag and tag a snake, but they bagged and tagged over 125 snakes in this guy's home. This happened in Maryland. The taco shit was in LA. Where did I messed up somebody's city or wherever it was happening. But this happened in Maryland. Okay. So he was found dead because a friend went over to go like just check on him, I guess, and he was laying in the middle of the floor. His friend said they didn't know that he had 125 snakes. I don't know if that's true. If you're going over to check on somebody, I feel like you've done that before, so like probably you know. But whatever. First of all, I'm dying when I have 125 snakes. Why don't I have so many snakes? What am I doing with them? He doesn't seem like he was like breeding them or anything. Like they were completely like all types of species and kinds. He even had a fucking was it a hold on. It was like a 14-foot Burmese python. So, but like all types of snakes, some poisonous, some not poisonous or venomous. That's what they are. They're not poisonous really. Okay, so I again, some of them were venomous, some of them were non-venomous, and it doesn't seem like they were the reason for his death, but they would have definitely been the reason for my death. Authorities are saying that they were like put away and that they were like in their cages or whatever, but like, do you trust that? Because they don't know why he's dead. He's more than likely got squeezed to death. Like, and I'm making this up, but like also like, could it be true though? Like, because here's the thing, right? What if that 14-foot Burmese python? Okay, you guys have seen like all those fucking cat and dogs movies, right? What if the fucking Burmese python opened up all the cages? They fucking jumped this man, and then the Burmese python closed all the cages back so that when the cops come, they can't play. What if this is a gang of snakes that have just been murdering people like across the country and we don't even know? We haven't even pieced it together yet. I've been watching a lot of crime documentaries as usual, as you guys know. Shout out to All Knocked Up. But I'm just saying, I just don't really trust snakes. So I don't trust that this is not their doing. He's just laying on the floor, like it ain't no broken windows. He ain't got no heart medication. He not like clutching his chest, like he don't have like a laceration or a fucking contusion. Like those fucking snakes killed him. And that's what I'm standing on. And yeah. And mind you guys, it's illegal to have snakes, I guess, or like some of the breeds of snakes that he had. But more so, what is y'all obsessions with like having stuff like that y'all aren't supposed to have, like fucking like sugar gliders and fucking Burmese pythons, such like that. Like what the fuck? Anyway, it'll never make sense to me. Speaking of scaly skin, guys, Madonna put some pictures up on the internet and Nelly is not okay. I think the funniest part is that the only reason people are like mad at this nigga Nelly is because he swiped a credit card on somebody's booty like a long time ago. Like, so I feel like people are not letting up on that simply because he is a man that likes to partake in fucking booties and shit. But when I tell y'all, first of all, I'm pulling this up from the Neighborhood Talks Instagram, okay? Just because I refuse to go to her page and actually see it. Guys, I will probably make this a Instagram photo for like the new episode so you guys can see it if you guys are listening and not watching. I always forget that I have to separate those two things. So hold on one second. I'm about to show you this picture that made Nelly be like, girl, honey, child, please don't. And you're going to say the same thing because it looks insane. Bitch, what is this? What is this? What is this butt? Like, what is this butt? So Nelly, of course, said some things, or he said some things, but some things should be left covered up. Because do we really want to see this? Is this something that we want to see? That is not a regular butt. Like, and she's so old, and it's like, bitch, we know that's not your butt. Like, so everybody's mad at Nelly because they want her to be able to put pictures. Like, what is that shape? Like, I'm upset, you guys. Like, what is that shape? But so people are upset because like they're like, oh, you always be, fucking, what do they say? Like fucking over sexualizing women, and you swiped a credit card that's down someone's ass before, just like crazy shit. But like, okay, we can do all of this and like we can like say that he should mind his business, and maybe he could have just shut up. Maybe he could have said that in his kitchen to whoever's in his kitchen, right? Like, damn, that's disgusting. Like, but I just, they basically are saying that men need to stop policing women's bodies. But like, can I say that it was disgusting? Like, can I police it? Like, and I'm not trying to police her body. She's just too old, and her kids should tell her that that's not it. Who took that picture and was like, yes, girl, this is it. Like the butt, it just doesn't look good. It has nothing to do with like policing her body or like telling her she's old or whatever. Like, cause I guess if she was old and it was a nice butt, like whatever, like, nice booty, like, but it's not a nice butt and it looks disgusting, and she needs to never not wear pants. And I'm appalled. So I'm not even mad at Nelly about this. Like, what the fuck, you guys? So yeah, it's making my stomach hurt. Let's move on. Speaking of old people, not old people. No, not speaking of old people. Bad segue, because it's not really about an old person. It's about a teen falling for a sugar baby scam on the internets. Do we not learn anything? Do we not learn anything? Okay, here we go. Danville, California. So on Instagram, a guy gets a message from Arena Angels. And I really want to like take a second to like really think about that. And I'm going to say the name again, Arena Angels. Haven't y'all gotten something from them? Like just thinking about like on my personal Instagram page, I feel like I may have gotten something from an Arena's Angels or somebody's Angels, something similar. So I don't know if that's like a key for you to like know if it's a fucking scammer or not. They have like similar names, but like that name, when I was reading the article, sounded crazy familiar to me. Like on a night that I was on some bullshit and was like, you're a fucking scammer, but because I like to harass them when they harass me. So that's why the name sounds familiar to me. But basically, of course, we know the deal. They hit up your fucking inbox and they're like, hey, you want to be my sugar baby? I'll give you this much money as an allowance and blah, 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 blah. I don't want anything sexual, just online companionship, shit like that, right? So this nigga, of course, falls for it. And so what he was instructed to do was he was instructed to deposit 2 checks that came via email into his account. One check was for $4,000. The other check was for $4,500. He was supposed to keep $500 for himself and donate the rest. So first off, no, that sounds fucking insane. Definitely not doing that. Why are you sending me all this money for me to donate? You could just donate it for me, right? And that's what he said. And they were like, oh, you don't trust me. If you can't trust me, you can't be my sugar baby, yada, yada, yada. Okay, boom, right? Okay, so he falls for it, obviously. So he gets those 2 checks via email. He deposits them into his account. He's supposed to take $500 and donate the rest to somewhere or somebody, right? Of course, when he puts the checks in, they bounce, and now his account is negative $8,500. His mother, of course, freaks the fuck out. He messages the Arena Angels and says, hey, where's my money? Like, why is it all gone? And she's like, my bad. I'm having an issue with my accountant. I'm really sorry. I promise I'll make it up to you. And clearly didn't happen. So Wells Fargo was the bank that he banks with. And the mother contacted Wells Fargo to try to get it reversed or whatever. And they were definitely like, no, we're not. And we can't because he authorized it. So now she is out $8,500. I don't know if they'll like backtrack and go back and change their mind about this, but so far they've not gotten their money back. And the real problem with these things is that there's no law to like stop these things from happening with these like online transaction like shits like Cash App and Zelle and shit like that. This was a Zelle situation, but we all have heard horror stories about Cash App and stuff, right? So there's no like law to like minimize this or stop this shit from happening, because there's no like, they'll claim that they can't figure out where it went to or anything like that, but that sounds like bullshit. But whatever the case, so I guess I don't know. So I definitely would have beat Kalen up if he would have done this. Definitely not beat him up, but like, one thing about my son though is he'll like, if something feels wrong, like he'll ask me, like, and this is even like on like Xbox like redemption things, like, so I appreciate that about him. Like he'll like run some shit by me, like, so I'm hoping he would be like, hey, this bitch want to be my sugar mama, like, what you think? And I'll be like, I don't really think so, it sounds like a scam, and then we'd be fine, right? So I'm hoping that's the kind of kid that I'm raising. I don't know. But if you're not raising that kind of shit, you probably want to be careful. Also, Wells Fargo didn't send any notification, even though it's a teen account, they didn't send any notification to the adult letting them know that there was possibly some suspicious shit happening, because they just let that shit happen because they knew there was like, oh, you're going to have to give this back somehow, right? Boom. So, moral of the story is, ain't nobody really trying to be your sugar daddy or mama if they don't just outright send you money at first. And even that's kind of sketchy. I don't even know how safe it is to send your cash tag to people. Like, I'm not really sure. So the bottom line is that we probably got to get some legislation out in regards to like how to like stop scammers and like stop people's like accounts being fucking drained and in the negative and all shit like that because of these weird fucking scamming ass shits. Also, you guys, scammers, if you're out there, everybody's hiring. And I know you guys are going to be like, oh, it's not fast money though, but like everybody's hiring. So like there's that. All right, guys, let's move on. Speaking of teenagers, your favorite drug activist group, Dare, is very upset. And it's about Euphoria. So whether or not you're super into the second season or not, it's happening, and it's very Euphoria, right? Like as far as the drugs and the sex and all that shit like that, right? Very on brand for the show. But this year, Dare is very upset, basically saying, calling out the show for its depiction of drug use, sex, and violence. They're basically saying that somehow Euphoria is glamorizing and misguidingly glorifying fucking high school drug use, addiction, anonymous sex, violence, and other destructive behaviors as common and widespread in today's world. That's what they're saying. Here's the thing, though. And I'm talking to you as a person that's had opportunities to do all types of drugs and just never did anything. I only smoke weed. That is it. That is all since the beginning of time when I started smoking at 18. So I can tell you that I've never watched any of this show, or I can't even imagine me as a teenager. You're not even supposed to be watching this. That's another thing, is like, who do you think is watching this show? It's very clear. Zendaya's made it clear every season. This is not for fucking kids. This is not no kind of shit like that. So like, you know, and she tells you like there's trauma shit, like there's a lot of shit happening. So like, I'm concerned that you think that Dare thinks that teenagers are watching this. I really don't think that they are. Like they might be, probably, I guess, but I don't know that they are. But are you trying to tell me that there's a teenager out in the world watching Euphoria, seeing the shit that Rue's going through, seeing how like fucking damaging it is to like all of her relationships and her own well-being, and then even like watching all the other things, not even just the drugs, but like the fucking Cassie and fucking the Cassie fucking storyline, watching all that. And you think that glorifies that shit? You think that somebody watching Rue fucking damn near overdose, you think that that's going to encourage people to be like, you know what? I'm gonna try some meth, or I'm gonna try some fucking fentanyl, or like whatever. Like, if you watched Euphoria and you want to try drugs now, you have way bigger issues than a television show. That's all I'm gonna say. It's so, I'm not gonna say traumatizing, but that show is so like raw and gritty. I've never seen a scene or a situation in Euphoria where at the end of it, I was like, I'm gonna try that. You know what I'm saying? Like I've never. And I know that I'm 35, but like, I've never, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, Dare, I think that you've really missed the mark here. I don't even know, like, are you trying to get in the episode? Like, I don't really understand what the issue is, but um again, this is a show that's not for kids. They are constantly making sure that they're adding that it's a for mature audiences, that it's triggering. They even have the fucking drug and suicide hotlines, like, and shit that they put up. So I think that as actors and as producers and shit, they're doing the best that they can by telling a very real story. Whether Darren wants to believe it or not, it's a very real story for a nice group of people in the fucking country. But also, watching the story is not making other people want to do things. That's like me saying, yo, I watched that episode where that bitch was like doing whippets on fucking intervention, and now like I need whippets in my life because I'm trying to be on her level. No one's ever said that. So like I don't know what you guys don't know what the point is, but I'm over it. So speaking of shit that I'm not here for, pull over a and I'm sorry, I just can't get over this because no way. So he gets pulled over for a traffic violation. Turns out he has a fucking warrant, right? When someone has a warrant, it's to immediately arrest them for it, right? So that's what he went to go do. The dude was like, yo, I'm in the middle of a DoorDash order. The police officer, and some people would say that this is like so nice, like this is what we're talking about, working with the community and stuff like that. Like, get the fuck out of here. So the police officer goes ahead and fist DoorDash for the driver. I'm assuming the driver was. I don't think I would have ever opened that door for the police officer, and it's a cute video or whatever, like where the cop like, hey, I know you weren't expecting me, but here's your Arby's, and she's like, oh my god, thank you. He's like, I had to arrest your driver, like, ew, like, get out of here, bro. So yeah, I definitely wouldn't open the door. He definitely would have just had to leave the shit on the porch. I would have definitely pretended like I was in the bathroom or something. Like, I don't want to be bothered with you. I don't. Nope, just put it down. I mean, I guess it was nice, but like, I would have rather just somebody else picked up my food and brought it to me. All right. So finally, guys, first of all, and I went through this whole episode and I didn't tell you guys, happy fucking Black way to bring that in Shenanigans style, then to tell you that Saks Fifth Avenue is selling a $600 gold pick for your enjoyments. Did you realize that? Saks Fifth Avenue is selling a gold pick for your enjoyments. It is not a pick for you to actually pick your hair. It is a piece of art. There are 3 sizes. You can get a $600 one that's a standard art piece. You can get a $300 one that is a small version, and then you can get a $180 one that's supposed to be a hair clip, I guess. Guys, what the fuck? Are you joking me? So when you go to you can literally just type in Saks Afro pick and it will literally come up. It looks like they only have the $600 one now. So I don't really know. It's listed under beauty and hair care, but then they tell you that you can't use it as that. It's a piece of art. The picture that they have on the website depicting or showing or proving to you that it's a piece of art is they have it like on a bar cart. So like there's a fucking rocks glass, and then there's like something else here, and they've got like the gold fucking afro pick like in between it. Like, I don't even know what kind of design, what kind of fucking decor is that, like, and you know that a fucking white person made this. Like, there's no way that a Black person is making a gold fucking pick and charging you $600 for it. I just don't fucking see that. um What the fuck, you guys? What the fuck? And you know that if a white person has this in their home, they're just gonna use it for decor, and they're gonna wait until somebody's in their house or they're having a house party, and they're gonna fucking put it in their head. This like art. I already know what this shit is about to be on, and I'm very much not interested in it. I don't know. I'm not really like a boycotter, so I don't really know what you guys want to do about that. Because it's like I don't really shop at Saks anyway. Like my grandma used to hold her furs there, but I think they're closing their fur store, so I don't really. And yeah, so it just seems really distasteful for it to happen right before February. They're not giving me any artist spotlight, which is why I am convinced that it's definitely a white person that made this. Because that's another thing. Like, if you're saying that this is Black art or whatever, and this is an art piece and a statement piece, and it's almost February, then you need to fucking highlight the fucking artist who fucking did it. And you're not doing that, which is giving me vibes that it's not a Black person that's done it, which makes it very uncomfortable and very weird and fucked up to me. So fuck you, Saks. I don't know what the fuck y'all are happening. And what's so crazy, I don't know what's happening with y'all, but what's so crazy is that this story has been happening for a couple of days now, and they have still not taken it off their website. So they're holding firm to their beliefs that this is a beautiful art piece that should be able to be on a website where white people have access to it. So I don't know. Okay, guys. That's it, guys. It's time for the one up for the week. All right, guys. So my one up for the week is pretty simple, and I always try to keep it like that. But here it is, guys. Always remind yourself that life is beautiful, even though sometimes that shit hurts like hell. Like, just do your best. And I know it's a lot easier said than done, but just if at the end of the day you feel like it's been a fucked up day, try to reflect and find something good that happened. Whether it was you listening to this show, listening to your other favorite podcast, or whether it was having your fucking favorite drink from your favorite coffee shop, whatever it was. For your weed man came on time this today. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it was, like, just remind yourself that like shit isn't and won't always be bad. Okay. All right, guys. Well, that's it. This is episode 140. I'm your host, Chris. It's been a pleasure, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.